Welcome to the Nerds Who Swing podcast. My name is Miller.
Margot.
You can find us everywhere where you would find a normal podcast.
Search Nerds Who Swing on Facebook.
You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Pinterest. You can find us on SoundCloud. You can find us on YouTube.
We are so many places.
We're even on iTunes. That's probably where you found this one. And then the most important one is you can find us on Patreon.com, where if you want to just give us $1 or $2 to help just pay for hosting our website and our podcast.
Oh, that would be so nice of people.
I know,
Can you
right?
imagine if they did that?
There might even be bonuses eventually.
Bonuses?
Yeah.
Sexy bonuses?
No, lame bonuses.
Oh,
you
good.
could do our taxes.
Lame bonuses. Bonuses including.
That's right. And then you can also, we have a contest with every episode where if you want to be in our logo.
Yeah. Did you see our logo? Can you see it? Pull it up. Do you see our super sexy logo?
That's right.
Is it me right now?
It is right now.
It's me right now. That's me, folks. But maybe that could be you.
That's right.
Which would be super hot.
Send us your picture.
Send us a picture.
Any one of these.
No faces?
No faces.
No faces. Not that your face isn't sexy, but, other sexy business.
Also, no penises unless there's also a vagina there.
Because who wants a penis?
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah, that's 50% of the vote. I'm not voting for that. Yeah.
Anyway, send us in your pictures if you want to.
You could be the background of the Nerds Who Swing logo.
Can you imagine your body, your sexy, sexy bod as the background of our logo?
Damn, Margot.
So hot.
Yeah. Anyway.
I like it. Okay, we're Nerds Who Swing.
That's right. Margot, Miller, enjoy the episode. How should we start this one?
Who here likes Halloween? No, that's not how we should start it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Do you want one more drink before this
No, I'm
episode?
okay.
Okay.
Do I not seem animated
No.
enough? Speaking of Halloween, even though we weren't speaking of Halloween, that would be funny.
You know what my favorite holiday is?
What?
My favorite
It's not
holiday.
your favorite. You're such a liar.
Okay. Do you know what one of my top 10 holidays of the year is?
What?
Halloween.
No way, me too.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
We have
so
so
weird.
much in common.
We do.
Yeah.
Hey.
Have you ever done anything fun for Halloween?
I have actually. What about you?
Yeah, I have too.
Oh, that's weird. Do you want to talk about what your favorite Halloween experience was?
Sure.
And what my favorite Halloween experience was? And we could see if we're talking about the same thing.
You go first.
No, you go first. Mine was when we went to our first kind of club/hotel Halloween party.
Yeah.
It was first party,
Lifestyle.
not Halloween party. Our first lifestyle party.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
Is
It
that
was for Halloween. Yeah.
Is that yours?
As well.
Is that
Yeah,
your
it was
favorite?
good.
Oh, woo!
So, a club that we go to was hosting a two-night Halloween party where sort of it started at the club, and then they had shuttles, limo shuttles, but whatever, limos to take you to the hotel after party.
Yep.
And so
I think only the
search in
second
your area.
night had a after party.
Oh, really?
Not
Only the
first
second night?
night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of clubs do this, or lots of private places do these hotel-type parties, and they are often around holidays like Halloween, New Year's, spring, summer, something like that.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
Okay.
So we decided to do this party because it was just the next one in the year. But it was also the first kind of hotel party that was available to us.
Yeah. I also just personally, I'm really glad that it was Halloween. Just now that we've done a few more things and stuff, I feel like Halloween is just such a good icebreaker because you just talk to people about their costumes.
Yeah, you get to be
It's so easy.
Your costume is awesome or hot or sexy or cool or...
And then bam, you're in a conversation.
Yeah, it's like you're given
just
a
so
free
easy.
opening line to everybody.
Yeah, and it has a different feel to it somehow. If you're going up to somebody to talk to them on just a normal night at a party or a club, there's a certain connotation of I am hitting on you, kind of, which isn't a bad thing, but it's a little more nerve-wracking, I feel.
Yep.
Whereas when everybody's dressed up crazy, you're just like, hey, what's up? I like that movie too, whatever. And then you're talking about it. Like, did you make it? Did you buy it? It looks really good on you. And then you're all of a sudden, it's been half an hour and you're talking to this couple and you're totally like, you have a connection with them now. And it was so easy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I would highly recommend a hotel situation.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially if it was one of your first times.
Yeah.
That would be really, really handy. Or if you don't know anybody.
Right.
If you're going to a different party than you normally go to.
Right.
Something with a theme where there's costumes involved is really handy.
Yeah, I thought that because it was Halloween was kind of nice because we had a couple months before before the party was. Mm-hmm. And so we got to prepare what our Halloween costumes were.
That's
fun. But like we had a couple months of like, what should we dress up as?
Yeah.
Can we do this
planning
sexy?
Couple
should we be a matching costume?
Yeah.
So it let us talk about it a lot without just talking about kind of what the lifestyle or swinging was. We also got to talk about costumes and stuff.
Aw, you like talking to me.
I'll edit that part out.
Okay.
So we picked our costumes.
We did.
And we didn't go to the first night of the party.
No, that was more of a babysitting, life balance thing.
Right. So we went to the second night of the party.
Right. So we checked into the hotel during the day.
Right. We went, got our room.
Got all settled and...
got situated.
Started getting ready and stuff. And took a cab to the club because they have the limo to bring you back, but
but we had to take a cab there.
So it was really fun to just chill in the room, and
it was pretty cool. We had some
drinks, and we totally took our time getting ready, which is sort of a luxury in itself, really. Yeah. And
it was cool because we were on the party floor.
Yes.
So I don't know if every hotel takeover kind of thing or party has this, but I think there's often a floor that's designated the party floor.
Right.
And then other floors are like quiet floors, or I don't know if they're floors where other people potentially could be staying.
I think so. So the idea is if you're not staying on the party floor, then obviously there's not going to be any playrooms on your floor. It's going to be quieter. Also, though, you probably shouldn't be doing like lots of play on your floor. I mean, what you do in your private hotel room, I guess, is up to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if you're on the party floor, it's a little more... Doors are open, music's playing, there's like drinks and snacks in the hall. It's like, it's just more like the whole space is like not a play area necessarily, but certainly like a party.
Yeah, it is. So it was cool when we were getting ready because you could hear that people had music playing.
Yeah.
Lots of people on the party floor leave their doors open.
Yeah, so you see different like costumes up and down the hall, and you already sort of start... saying hi to people and stuff. And we should also mention, at this point, we knew nobody.
Right. We didn't know anybody at all.
At all. We didn't know anybody that was going to be there at all.
Right.
By name or otherwise. I mean, as we were there, we kind of were like, oh, we recognize you for whatever. But when we signed up to go, kind of ballsy, actually, now that I think about it. Because we didn't
No, we were still
anybody.
really new. Yeah.
Things worked out
pretty
well.
It was fun though when we were getting ready because we had our costumes on, we were putting them on and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so like every once in a while you hear somebody walking down the hallway. So like I'd run over and peek through the peephole, the peephole thing. Yeah. And it'd be like, hey, there's an Egyptian guy walking by.
Right, yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Superman is here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see people in their costumes before getting to see them in their costumes.
It was like a little preview kind of thing because before you go to a club, sometimes there's a certain amount of nerves, right? Mm-hmm. And like, am I dressed okay? Am I too fancy? Or am I too revealing? Or not enough? Whatever you're feeling. Mm-hmm. It was kind of cool to see people getting ready and kind of having like a high with some people, a little interaction with them before you got there. Because for me, it made me like not nervous at all. Because I thought like, oh yeah, everybody's wearing costumes. Mm-hmm. Everybody's way into this. Everybody's super friendly. Like we're good to go. So going to the actual party wasn't really nerve-wracking to me. It was just like, yep, we're good. Let's do this. You know, we fit in. We looked good. You know what I mean? Everybody was like in a festive mood, you know?
Yeah.
So it was good.
Right. So we got ready. Mm-hmm. We took a taxi to the club, which was only a couple blocks away.
They try to make it quite close, yeah.
So that was good. Mm-hmm. I guess in other years they have had the club portion of it in like a hall in the hotel, but this year they couldn't.
Right. So some are, like we said, clubs or more privately.
Yep.
The private ones tend to take place completely at the hotel, whereas if there is a club, then some portion of it is at the club, some portion of it is there. But it's essentially the same thing.
Yep.
If you had like a party dance thing, it would just be in, like one of their ballrooms or whatever is at the hotel instead of at a club.
Right.
But it's the same idea.
Right. So we got there, and it's the club that we normally go to. So we go in. It's a
ticketed event.
Yeah, so you have
which they often are. Usually, you can't just
show up that night. Yeah.
Whereas, but normally you can at
that's
clubs.
True. But this
look
one,
into
it's more
that
expensive
if you're
to
going.
go to like a hotel kind of thing.
Yeah, you got to buy it ahead.
Yeah.
And often costumes are mandatory.
Yeah, this one was.
Which is awesome because then you fit right in.
Yeah. So
there's no worry of like, well, what if no one's dressed up but me?
Yeah,
like,
everybody
has to be dressed up.
Yeah. So it's funny because everybody goes in and everybody's wearing like a coat outside, like a winter coat.
We live in a place where there's winter.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so everybody's wearing a winter coat and then they go and take the winter coat off and everybody's wearing not very much underneath.
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
And then it was sort of like wall-to-wall people.
Yeah.
And I just remember
pretty early.
Talking with people as soon as we set foot in the place.
Yeah, like I think we went in, we got a drink, and then we decided we're not going to sit on the couches.
Right.
We kind of positioned ourselves
social.
So we didn't. And yeah, we talked to a couple people.
Yeah, lots of people.
Yeah. We talked to a couple that's a little older than us at the start.
They were super
and they were
friendly.
really cool.
We should have played with them.
Yeah, we should have.
Next time.
Yeah. And then so we talked to them. And then, the club just kept getting fuller and fuller and fuller.
There was lots of dancing,
Yeah.
lots of dancing.
Yeah, so we danced like a lot that night.
It was so fun. And that's a really good way to kind of start like flirting and touching with other people. Because sometimes if you're in the middle of a conversation, even if it's super flirty, it might feel nerve-wracking to just like grab somebody and kiss them. But when you're dancing, it's kind of like it just kind of happens a little bit easier. So I would highly recommend the dancing. Yeah. Even if you don't think you can dance, just have a couple drinks and get in there and you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we were dancing like crazy.
Yeah.
And then at some point we decided we wanted to get a drink, I think, or something. We were leaving the dance floor, and there was a girl whose costume you complimented, which we should give her a name now. Should we call her the Firefly girl?
Okay.
Or like...
Okay. Well, we're trying to protect people's anonymity, so we won't comment on what people's costumes were.
Right.
But to us, we know who we mean when we say Firefly.
Firefly.
Okay.
Mrs. Firefly. And there's a Mr. Firefly. Yeah. Miss Firefly and Mr. Firefly.
Okay, so
just so
Firefly
we can,
girl. I complimented her costume because it was amazing.
Yeah,
she
it was
looked
really
fantastic. Good. It was really good.
Right.
Cosplay style. Fantastic costume.
So that was cool. It was an good opening line to talk to somebody, which we said. And so we kind of chatted with her quickly.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember exactly because it's been a little while now.
Okay.
But I think that's when we also, way back from when our first time to this club.
Yes. Do you remember Catwoman and Mr. Catwoman?
Yeah. And we were like, oh my gosh, they're so awesome.
And they were there.
They were there and right next to Miss Firefly.
Right.
And so we also...
They clearly knew each other.
They did know each other. And we got introduced to them.
Yes. So then we were all talking, and it was awesome.
We were talking about how people got their costumes.
Yeah, just normal
made it,
kind of
stuff.
Yeah.
Like that, which was cool. And then I think we just kind of went to go get our drink at that point after.
I think so, yeah.
And we were like, oh my gosh, this is a...
Yeah, like the hot people. Honestly, I felt like the hot people are talking to us.
That's what it felt like.
That's what I felt like.
The couple that we saw last time
oh
that we
gosh.
were like super attracted to were like, oh my gosh, they actually talked to us.
Yeah.
This is
and
amazing.
They were like flirty and touchy, and we were just like, things are just really going well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
And then after we had a drink, I think we went back and danced some more.
Yeah.
And that's when they kind of came out on the dance floor too with us.
Yeah.
And I think I was dancing kind of more behind you at one point.
Probably.
And they were in front of you.
Yeah.
And you want to walk us through what happened?
Is that when she kissed me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
Yes, it was.
And then, and then that was my first real kiss with a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. And immediately, it was super hot. And I immediately turned around and we high-fived.
Yeah.
And people laughed.
Yeah.
Which was really cute.
Yeah.
And then the Firefly girl kissed me as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were kissing. And all three of us were kind of kissing and, like, touching each other. And
that was pretty hot.
things were good.
Yeah.
That was okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
My first kiss with a girl, real kiss with a girl. My second we're very close together. Yeah. It was wonderful.
And is that when you got to touch Catwoman's boobs then too?
There was much touching. I think that happened. I think, and the when we were sucking on our nipples. Is that what you mean? I think that was later.
Okay, I knew it happened again later, but I didn't know if it happened then as well.
I don't think not sucking on our nipples.
Okay,
just
spoilers.
Like touching.
Okay.
Yeah, spoilers.
Okay.
Well, because initially she was wearing like pasties.
Oh
and
yeah,
then,
that's right.
So there was just sort of touching, and then those disappeared somehow.
Yeah.
And then we also convinced Firefly girl to lose part of her shirt.
Right. I think we were like bugging her that she should or whatever.
Way too many shirts.
I don't think she took it off right then.
No.
Because then I think she went somewhere, maybe to take her shirt off.
I think, yeah.
And then we were just talking with...
We're talking with a different couple.
Well, I think we were talking with just Catwoman for a while.
Possibly.
Because I think we both smelled her perfume or whatever first.
She was like, smell me.
And her
like,
and Mr. Catwoman was there. And then she was like, I'm okay with these guys.
Right.
Go.
That's right. I think
he went to go get a drink or something. Yeah. And so we talked with her for a while. And then, then I think... I'm not exactly sure what happened, but we talked with her for a while,
and
then
talking with that
we moved on to another couple.
Because they just were chatting
couch
with us.
Kind of thing. Or...
I'm not sure which couple you're thinking about.
I'm not sure.
We chatted with a couple different couples.
Yeah, we did.
One couple that seemed very into us, and we were chatting with them, and I did not like them, but they were, I think, if it's fair to say, more interested in us than we were in them.
Yeah.
I also think at the time we were still so new and sort of riding this high.
Anybody showing interest in us, we were like, this is amazing. Right. Whether we were interested in them or not.
A little bit.
Looking back, we probably should have I
think we may have led them on
not taken up their time.
I think we may have led them on a little bit. But I didn't mind it.
No, they were
cool. Talking with
really
them.
Nice people.
He was feeling me up a bit and stuff. And I didn't mind it. It was nice. And she kissed me too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it was all fine and good. Yeah. It wasn't bad in any way.
No.
It was just, I don't know. They were very friendly and I didn't mind them at all. Mm-hmm. We sort of ended up talking with another couple on the couch who looked very nervous. And I think by this point, Margot was she was super confident.
Yeah. Margot was super chatty, super confident.
Oh yeah.
Because you were talking with them and you were kind of sitting on the couch next to them because we just needed
I was kind of sitting beside / half on him. I think. Yeah.
And I was kind of on the arm of the couch, so I couldn't really hear very well just because of the music, and I was on a different level than you guys. So I got up and went to go get us drinks.
Right.
And you stayed with them.
Right.
And that's when I ran into Firefly girl on the way to get drinks.
Right.
Because she had taken her shirt off.
Right.
And was just in
less of the costume.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, hey, you did it. Good for you.
Yeah.
And that's when she kind of I can't remember exactly how it happened.
Rub up on you again?
Yeah, but she kind of touched my junk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was nice.
Approved.
Yeah. And then I remember there was a weird thing that happened where there was a guy that came up to us when we were having our brief conversation, me and her, and he said oh, my wife is really into you too, because he thought that we were a couple. And I was
that's nice.
Yeah. I didn't know if I should pretend that we were a couple, to joke, but I didn't want to mess the guy or hurt his feelings.
Well, and we didn't know her super well then either.
No, so I didn't know how she would take it either.
Yeah.
But
so did you say we're not a couple?
Yeah.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah. It wasn't very long. Because then I said
you got a drink or whatever.
Drink. So then I stood in line forever to get a drink for us because you came over at some point and you were like, "Fuck's taking so long, you dick."
I don't think I said it like that. I was too happy.
I know. I'm kidding.
Yeah. I think it might have been around this point where Firefly Girl and I and Catwoman kind of got back in the mix with each other. Because we weren't on the dance floor. It was later. And we
were on the dance floor for a while.
There was so much toplessness going on that then there was like...
Yeah, because I think we were getting ready to maybe go back to the hotel at that point.
Yeah, I think so too.
And we were kind of all near the entrance.
Just kind of hanging out.
And I think we were waiting for Mr. Catwoman to get a drink or something. Or he was talking with somebody. I can't remember. He wasn't
immediately there.
He wasn't right there. He was talking to somebody else.
The three of us, girls, and you.
Yeah, and you three started kissing.
Yeah,
and then
like you do.
You and Firefly Girl were sucking on Catwoman's boobs.
Yeah.
And you all seemed so happy. And I was watching, and I was happy. And then, honestly, this may be the best part of the night. Because I remember he turned around saw what was happening, and the look on his face was like a kid on Christmas morning, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!"
Yeah, because his wife has like two women on her, right? Yeah,
and it seemed so like genuine.
Yeah,
that like so he rushed over and was like, "Let me see this."
Yeah, what's happening? Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Well, because we've talked to him about it since, and he said something about like. I can't remember. He said something like, "Oh, I saw it."
Yeah.
And then he also said something like, "I heard about it later."
Yeah.
Too, or something like that. It was cute. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I think they were backed up on people to go back to the hotel. Like everybody was there's a limo that goes back and forth to take people.
I think that was a little bit later than we were initially planning to go, but it was all good. Everybody was having fun.
So we ended up going back on the dance floor, and I think all of us kind of danced together because it was pretty hot because everybody was together, and it was like a big like.
It's sort of like a orgy with clothes on, like, well, not orgy because
we
weren't like actually having
but
sex,
we were all
it
like
was
grinding
just very
up on each other
and stuff. Yeah, there was another woman there. Remember? I don't know who she was or where she ended up, but I just remember that there was another topless woman there because it was another pair of boobs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember where she ended up or anything much else about her. She was blonde.
And she
had boobs.
So well, there you go. That's all we needed. Yeah. So that was fun, dancing on the floor like that.
That was really fun.
And then,
also, our club has a play area as well.
Right.
And so I imagine it was open.
Yeah.
And I imagine people were going up there, which is so funny.
I think I remember seeing people go up there,
hours. But we were just like kissing people and touching and dancing and kind of like it was all super sexy anyways. And maybe because you knew you had the hotel to go back to after. Right. I don't know if that has something to do with it.
It could be.
But like it didn't even occur to me to ask anybody if they wanted to like go play upstairs because it's like, well, we're all going to a hotel after this.
We're going to a building with beds in it after.
Yeah, so many beds.
Yeah.
I would say in general not to show up at a house party with another dude unless if that's your jam, that's cool. Good for you.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for
Just two dudes?
Well, yeah.
We're both single guys.
Single guys are, I would say, the least popular demographic in the
but we're going house
lifestyle.
To house, and we just want to come in. Can we come into your party?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to.
Bill, she's not going to let us in.